Hello and welcome to a new video. Today I will show you one of my newest plugins called NBTNexus. This plugin allows you to edit items in-game and for developers to serialize and deserialize items um, into, for example, JSON or YML. So to use this plugin in-game, you can use the NBTN command. You can use edit, serialize, and another command that you don't really have to care about. So for example, I got this null white sort, and once I type nbtn edit, a graphical user interface opens. Here I can edit various options such as amount and the type. However, that's obviously not all you can edit in an item. So there are some suggestions. Of course, not all suggestions make sense. For example, an axolotl bucket does not really make sense on a sort. So I will just add the unspecific meta compound. It allows you to add custom model data, attribute modifiers, display name, item flags, localized name, lore, and enchantments. I will now just add an enchantment, a display name. You can also use color codes. For example, you have to use the and thingy. Um, hello world. Click save, and there you go, hello world. You can also add a whole bunch of other stuff, for example, enchantments. Now, there are again some suggestions. Let's add infinity. Doesn't really make sense, but never mind. Level 12 and save. Now it has the infinity enchantment level 12. You can also add custom NBT values. So if you use /NBTNS or serialize, you can see how the item looks serialized. This one is in YAML and the other one in JSON. If I add another NBT tag that does not or has nothing to do with the item, with its properties, for example, another string, I will call it test, you can already see that there's another something attached to its name. This is a test string and it has nothing to do with the item itself. So you can see here it's somewhat different from the other options. And the other options just are wrapped in another format. Let's call it like that. For example, if you /data get entity encache selected item, you can see that they all have similar names, count, for example, or enchantments, but here they are different. For example, amount or X material, display name, X enchantments. So it's basically a wrapper that makes it easier to serialize and deserialize items. You can also edit all other items. For example, this enchanted book. There's protection 1 on it. I'll just quickly edit this. Let's change the enchantment to sharpness and then level 5. Save, and now there's sharpness 5 on it. You can also edit items inside items. So in this bundle, for example, there's an iron ingot. If I type this command, you can see there's another item inside this item. This plugin also recognizes this item, so you can edit that as well. And I will change the type to, there are some suggestions to, let's say, a diamond. There's also value validation, so here I have to input a material. If I input something invalid, such as lol, it does not work. And I will change the amount to 64 and save. And now there are 64 diamonds inside. I don't know what happens when the amount is over 64, but let's just try it. Okay, that does not work. 70 maybe? No. Okay. Yeah, so there are some restrictions, but they do make sense considering only 64 items can fit inside this bundle. Yeah, and just like that, you can edit basically every item. For example, a book also is no problem. Now, if I want to edit it, I can edit the title, author, and pages. So now if I want to add another page, I can just do that. This is the second page. Save. Now there's another page. You can also edit the skull texture. Player skull. I will just look for a nice texture. So basically you again have to use /nbt and edit and edit the skull compound. There are some suggestions. You need game profile and ID or name. I think it was ID. There are also suggestions, and here you have to insert an UUID, and of course you cannot insert an invalid one. So you should use these suggestions. Now let's see. I'll just take this one and then properties to add the texture. They're already suggested. Never mind. You know what I mean. Then the name, we will call it textures, and the value, that's where you have to insert the texture. Yeah, I can't find one right now, never mind. But it does work, so just use it and you will see it's quite good to be able to edit these items in game that fast. Another plugin I have, for example, Bazaar. You got these items, and if you don't want to manually edit all the config files or set the items again with the edited lore, you can edit them in-game as well. So right here, for example, this is a item inside the bazaar. If I now want to add another line, that won't work, never mind. I'll use another one. There we go. Law line 1, save, reload the plugin, and there it is, line 1. So it's quite easy to edit items in game if the plugin supports this plugin NBTNexus. And at its core, there's another plugin, which is a library I made. With that, you can edit YAML files and basically the items are just converted into YAML and then they are displayed in the same GUI as a file you can edit. For example, this one config file. There are some options, or all the options that are present inside the config file of Bazaar, so I think it's quite useful. That's it for today. I will see you soon. Bye.